Anyone? I'm going to come back to you in 1 second. Anyone else? Good. The question was, since I like vintage airplanes, is there any chance of us going for the 737 Classic? You know, when I was starting my management career at United, we placed the largest order ever for what became the Classic 737. So I would dispute the fact that that airplane's classic, because if I admit that that airplane's classic, it means that I'm old. I don't believe you'll see us go for the 300, 500, and I really don't think you'll see us go for the 100, 200. We've got a very robust 737 package, and our development agenda has us going through the next two big Boeings, and then we've got something really nice up our sleeve after that, but that's not ready to be unveiled yet. So. But there is no 737 Classic in that jet. Yeah, I hear the guesswork starting already. Sir? Yeah, did you all hear him? No? The question was, the fact that we're going to the two big Boeings now, does that imply that we sell more of the big Boeings than we do of smaller regional-sized airplanes? And that's kind of a yes and a no. The reality is that you all buy what you see at your local airport when you go on vacation, when you travel for work and things of that nature. The MD-11, for example, is a real classic learning experience for PMDG. We did the MD-11 because it's an airplane that interested us, and the MD-11 is a marvelous airplane. And for folks that love automation, it's just a case study in the evolution of automation on airplanes, and it's a beautiful airplane. And what we learned the hard way was that the MD-11, from the standpoint of the flight simulator community, the MD-11 is a dinosaur. It was not very popular with the airlines. It's very hard to find them at a local airport. And therefore, that was reflected in how that airplane performed for us. Now, granted, we sold more of them than McDonnell Douglas did, but it was a tough lesson for us. And we learned the hard way that if it's not something you're interested in, it's not going to sell. The Jetstream has been far more popular than I would have guessed it would be. When we launched it, I was pretty sure that I was the only one who was really interested in flying it. And it's been very popular, but if you were to compare it in popularity to a 737, it doesn't even register. The 737 is by far our most popular product, followed very, very closely by the 747. And we've got a very close relationship with Boeing, and unfortunately, Boeing has a very limited product span. So when it comes to the sorts of things that you all are interested in, what we hear from you is we want to fly what we see when we go and travel. So you're going to get the triple, you'll get the 7.4. What you get after that will probably surprise you coming from us. So, but I'm not saying anything. You almost got me into it. And who said that over here? Where is he? All right, who's next? I'm going to disagree with you, actually. I'm going to tell you that I think there were big difficulties in getting our software to work with most hardware. So thank you for being generous, but yes, there were big difficulties. When we started the 737 development, one of the core pieces that was in the product requirement was that we have an SDK that would allow the product to interface with just about any piece of hardware. And we decided very quickly that it would be smarter for us to provide the hardware manufacturers with access to the airplane so that they could then interface their hardware with our software. We don't want to be the people that write that interface simply because there's however many hardware vendors there are. And in addition, there's some folks that come up with very creative home cockpits where they do all of their own interfacing themselves. So the SDK for the 737, which released a month ago, provides you with the opportunity to control just about everything in the airplane. Now, since it has been released, we have been in conversation with a number of the hardware manufacturers to make sure that this met their requirements. Now, we're getting some feedback. For the most part, the answer is yes, but there's a couple of functions that don't quite work the way they like, or they'd like some changes, or there's something else that they'd like access to. I expect that with each successive update to the 737 and with the 777 release and the 747 release, that functionality will continue to expand. And I anticipate that over the next couple of years, there should be very little that you can't do in terms of interfacing with our products. The long-term plan is that if you want to build a fully functional home cockpit, you should be able to, and it should run our software just nicely. We met with a fellow yesterday, and one of the things that he asked if we could work on was to allow the NG to run on multiple machines. That is in the planning agenda. And these aren't things I necessarily know when we'll do them, but they are things that we're going to be working on. So I promise you that over the next couple of years, it will get a lot easier. So there was one more over here. I've still got you. I'll come back. Hang on. Anyone else? I hope so. We thought we had it working in the NG. As we neared release, when we started testing it, we found out that it was actually very problematic. So it was disabled. It's something that we are still working on. The process that we had in place that we thought was going to carry a shared cockpit, it's not working. And so we're trying to fix it, and when we do get it fixed, we'll give it to you. It's just, I don't know when that's going to be. And as we have sat down and talked about development agenda, we talk about priorities, it's what I'm afraid of as the person who's responsible for running the development agenda. What I'm afraid of is if I tell Alex, spend whatever time it takes to fix this, it will bump the 777 out a year. That's what I'm afraid of. So we'll get to it. I don't know when, but when we do get to it, I promise you we'll give it to you. Because it's something that we would like as well. I think it would be an awful lot of fun for folks to be able to spend a little bit of time working together in a shared cockpit environment. So, but I don't know exactly when that's going to be yet. And I was looking at you the whole time. It was you that asked the question. I'm sorry. I was concentrating. Anyone else? Yes.
It's not done yet, but it's quite as easy as with iFly.
I don't know. The question was, does our SDK allow us to compete directly with iFly? I don't know, because I have not seen their cockpit-enabled product. To be honest with you, it's not something that we really even look at. Our SDK is designed that someone should be able to power an entire home cockpit with it. All the data that's required to run everything in the cockpit is available through the SDK. You'd need a little bit of programming skills to do it. The next logical step for us is to is to set it up to be able to control some other higher functions within the SDK. It's something that as we move forward, as we get feedback from the hardware vendors, will keep adding functionality to it. But if you were to, the NG that you own right now has the SDK in it, and you can use it. You don't need to spend $600 to be able to interface into your home cockpit. Our feeling is that as a user, I pay $60 or $70 to use the airplane, and if you want to build a home cockpit, you should pay $70 too. That's just that just seems fair to us. So. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw. Did everybody get a ticket? Okay, where's the guy who yelled out Airbus over here? Come here. Can you read that? Yeah, okay. I'm Ron. Nice to meet you. All right, so Ron is going to pick a ticket here. I don't want him to be able to see which one it is, If he picks his own ticket, that'll be interesting, won't it? Just one. Okay. All right, we have 592176. Anyone? Bingo. 592176. Okay. Yep. Uh, 592245. We have a winner. All right. Come on up here. You're welcome. Five 592133. One 33. Okay. 592317. 317. This is supposed to be easy. Are there that many Airbus fans in the room that you won't claim a Boeing model? Is that what it is? You started this. So much for the pattern. Okay. 232. Is that yours? All right. Thank you very much. Now, did Winfred ever come in? Winfred, are you here? Winfred's not here? All right, well, this one right here, William, I'm going to give this to you instead. So when Winfred says it should go in his office, you can tell him, no, I gave it to you. So I'd like to give this to our friends at Aerosoft. Winfred and William have been very supportive of PMDG over the last 15 years, and we look forward to the next 15.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again very much. Thank you for the support you've given to me and to our team. We'll do our best to get these products to you as quickly as we can. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.